Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for the one and only show? Live from Houston, Texas. It's the go-to girl, professional comedian, TV producer, and founder of MarriedDate.com. It's millionaire matchmaker, Amber.
Hey guys, welcome back into the Amber and Neal show. We're so excited that you joined us today because we have a really good show for you guys. You know, as Ryan's always saying, believe so you can achieve. We're going to tap into that today because we really want you to understand there are 9 negative patterns that you could be using to think with, and it's causing you to not attract anything that you want. And we're also going to be talking about 5 essential qualities of a lasting relationship. We can all get situationships, but do you want them to last, right? But let me go ahead and welcome in my co-host, guys. So we have got the man on the ones and twos. I always call him the man of steel because he is so strong. He is the most in-demand DJ on the planet. Super luxury brands that he works for. And he is also the VP of Boss of Houston, VP of Amber Neal Productions, and the COO of MarriedDate.com, and the COO of DJ Houston.
Go,
DJ.
Go.
We need you to bring your tables in here. We need the sound effects. We want to boo each other. We're so fun with that. I love that. Guys, and my other co-host, y'all, he needs no introduction, but let's go ahead and give it to him anyway. He is former NFL superstar, NFLPA, Huddle Up Foundation, the Ryan Yarbrough Foundation. He is the best-selling author, Believe So You Can Achieve, and he is my co-host. He's also the sports director of Boss Up Houston Network. Y'all give it up for Ryan Yarbrough.
Thank you.
And then, I feel like every now and then you gotta go, boo, making like a real crowd. You know what I'm saying?
That's fine.
There's always a hater there.
Yeah,
There's always.
Okay, give me my intro. We'll do
You gotta give your intro.
Yeah.
And then, of course, here comes Houston's very own, Houston's go-to girl, Houston's millionaire matchmaker, Houston's first funniest female comedian. Hey, Amber effing Neal. I'm telling you, it ain't a real crowd unless there's somebody out there booing. You know what I'm
love
saying?
when people try to heckle me because come for me if you will, honey. I'm a roast comedian. I wish you would. We're going to talk about your mama first. Okay. All right, guys. So we do have a really great show for you. But one thing I want to talk about before we go into our break is we have the Total Package Awards Black Tie Gala coming up December 12th. If you haven't got your tickets, go now. It is limited room. We have the Grand Ballroom at the Grand Tuscany Hotel. It is fun. I mean, it is nice looking, guys. 5-star all the way. Class act, and we're honoring Houston's top 20 power couples, Houston's top 10 most eligible bachelors and bachelorettes, and top 20 business leaders. Get your tickets now. Eventbrite, look for the Total Package Awards, and you will get your tickets, get plugged in, get a table, invite some friends out. When I tell you got the top 10 bachelors and bachelorettes there, hey, y'all, I don't want to hear no complaints that y'all are single. I'm trying to help you out. I'm honoring the best of the best. Get your tickets today. But one of the things we're super excited about, we want to talk about real quick, is we are going to be benefiting the Ryan Yarbrough Foundation. So tell us about your foundation, Ryan.
Oh, man. The foundation is based off the 3 E's: education, entertainment, and empowerment.
Ooh.
Okay? So what we do is we take kids, young adults, put it that particular way, take them around in different places, because although I made it to the top level in my profession, there's only 1% of the population that does that.
Definitely.
So I was always raised to be able to do something or to have something on the back burner, because ball only lasts for so long. And when it comes to that, the children and the younger generation are so talented in so many different other ways, but they need help cultivating their talents, and they need to go out and do some hands-on things. And that's what I do with the foundation. I take them places so they can actually see how operations work, and do a lot of other things that, that I'll be on here talking all day about. But main thing is getting the kids to have an opportunity to go see how things work, go places, get out of the neighborhood, okay, and do some of the things that they're not used to doing.
Hey, that's a better approach than I have with my kids. I used to tell my kids, hey, we're going to the prison today, okay? And we're going to find out why you don't want to do that, because it starts in childhood, right? And so I used to threaten my son all the time. I'm like, act that one more time, Chucky. That was his nickname. Act that one more time, Chucky, and I'm taking you to the prison in Huntsville today. But these little, what you call them, suburban gangster kids nowadays. I'm like, honey, if I dropped you off where I grew up, you wouldn't make it a day. So I'm just saying, y'all support Ryan's foundation, because my philosophy is dropping you off in my old neighborhood or in the prison probably isn't as positive.
Yeah, I take them to the prison too. I take them everywhere.
Hey, you gotta keep it real though.
Yeah, I take them everywhere because it's part of education.
But did your mom ever threaten to take you to the prison?
No. She threatened to bury me out in the cotton fields. She said, if you don't get it together, you're going to be on the headline of the news tomorrow, and they'll never find your body because it's cotton season right now.
But the funny thing, too, and us growing up half our life in a rural area like your mom, we're like for real. When we mean we brought you in the world, we will take you out. We really mean that. So, all right, guys, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, y'all stay tuned, because we're going to be talking about 9 negative thinking patterns that really can make or break your success in life and relationships. We'll be right back.
Are you single? Maybe you're divorced or new in town. It's time to meet your match with Events and Adventures. Whether you're low-key or adventurous, come hang out with tons of like-minded people at exciting group activities. The best part? Everyone is single. From happy hours and trivia nights to outdoor adventures and weekend getaways, Events and Adventures has something for everyone. We're all here for the same reason. So come be part of a community made for singles. Your match is waiting for you to make your move. Visit eventsandadventures.com to get started. That's eventsandadventures.com.
Maridate is for committed couples that are either engaged or married and would like to keep the dating in their marriage, fight for the family, and lower the divorce rate one couple at a time. We plan 30 to 50 events a month that include workshops, seminars, webinars, experts, and events all around town. This is for couples that want to develop friendships with other like-minded couples that take their marriage and vows seriously. We will also be offering premarital help so that you will not be a statistic. Would you and your partner like to take international vacations together with other couples and at group rates? When you are home, you will learn your city as you go to each new event. Your membership includes all of our locations. We take the guesswork out of creating, having, and keeping a strong marriage. Contact us today.
Hey singles, do you feel it? The feeling like it's time to start having fun again? If you do, then you're ready to celebrate with Events and Adventures. There's never been a better time to join than right now. Meet new people with a packed calendar of fun events, exciting adventures, and future memories. It's time to live life to the fullest, to high five, skydive, and feel alive again. That feeling is here at Events and Adventures. If you're single and ready to celebrate, visit eventsandadventures.com to get started. That's eventsandadventures.com.
Hey guys, it's your girl matchmaker, comedian Amber Neal, and today I am bringing you my brand new book, hot off the press, guys. I have so many copies of these. Please get one, okay? It is called How My Kitty Betrayed Me, and it's about the women's lib movement and how one thing they don't tell you is, yes, we want money, education, and rights like men, but one thing that the women's rights movement doesn't explain to you is how we're still women. We still attach, we release a chemical in our brain that attaches us to every single person we have sex with. It's called soul ties. And one thing I can tell you that will keep you from your God-given purpose, let your kitty betray you when you get distracted, okay? All I'm trying to say is, we want all the same rights as men, but at the end of the day, Picking your partner is the most important decision you'll ever make. And so I challenge you to get a copy of my book today so that you can learn from my mistakes that I made, thinking that, hey, if men can do it, so can we. But trust and believe, after being a single parent for 25 years, your kitty betrayed you, okay? Get your copy today, amberneal.com. Or more information, go to Amber Neal Show on Facebook. Get your copy. I'll be glad to autograph it and send it out to you today. Hey guys, welcome back into the Amber Neal Show. It's your girl, matchmaker, comedian Amber Neal, aka Houston's go-to girl. If you guys need a hookup on love, relationships, PR advice, comedy, whatever, go check me out, amberneal.com. And back in my co-host, DJ Houston and Ryan Yarbrough. Hey guys.
Hey.
If you haven't done it yet, go get your tickets. Our next big end of the year high publicity event is December 12th, the Total Package Awards Black Tie Gala. Y'all check that out on Eventbrite. Get your tickets. Get plugged in. We're looking for vendors, sponsors, people that want to be part of the event, but it's very limited room. It's going down at the Grand Tuscany Hotel, guys. Y'all check it out. And hope you enjoyed our ads from Events and Adventures.
Right, I know. I know their Friendsgiving is coming up, and
Yes.
that's like one of their second largest event that they do throughout the year. Because I think Halloween is like
Halloween's number one.
I mean, almost anywhere you go, Halloween's always the number one
Yes.
holiday. You know, and then it even
Well,
it even beats Christmas.
The only thing with ENA is probably they're probably actually truest. I mean, Halloween is probably the biggest of the year, but the biggest I think in any is the New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve kind of competes with Halloween. I mean, it's about the same numbers.
I was gonna say it's probably about the same. Yeah, I can see that. But either way, Friendsgiving's coming up. So if you're single and you need things to do, you want to eat some turkey with some complete strangers and get to know some new people. Hey, I mean that's what it's about though. Like you can't meet every friend you have was a stranger at one point or another.
UPS ain't
You know what I'm
delivering
saying?
friends. I mean, okay.
Gotta go out there and find them.
That's right. Y'all check them out, eventsandadventures.com. Use promo code BossUpHouston or The Amber Neal Show and get 6 months free with purchase. So let's jump into our topics today. Ryan, let's jump off with you because, Ryan has a book and y'all can get a copy of his book too at RyanYarbrough.com. Best-selling author, Beliefs That You Can Achieve. This topic is probably very sensitive to you because this is what you're teaching people.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, and this is something that I've been taught. Once again, this is a life I lived ever since I was a young child.
Whippersnapper.
Yeah, since I was a young child. Couldn't come into the house with all that negativity, you know. It's like, go outside, come back in. Let's try it like that, okay? But
We got knocked out.
Yeah. I'm leaving some things out, okay? I'm leaving some things
We
out.
went flying outside.
Let's get that correct. But 9 negative thinking patterns, and it started off the all or nothing thinking, okay? And that basically means if you fall short of perfect, you think you are a failure, and that is so wrong because there is no perfection in life. Nobody's perfect, okay? Some people might think they are, all right, but I'm telling you a little secret if you didn't know already. Nobody's perfect, okay? Nobody's perfect, nothing's perfect, okay? That's called a life lesson, all right? You may shoot for the top, which nothing is wrong with, okay? So just to put it at that particular point, shoot for as far as you can go, okay? Because just if you fall a little short, you didn't got way further than you were expecting to go, all right? But please do not think that you're a failure if you do not reach perfectionist, okay? Because there's no such thing.
And even Elon Musk, and y'all know, I use him just because he's the most recognizable name everybody knows. Even he said, which is true, that there is no success without failure.
That's right.
Especially when you're an innovator or you're creating something or entrepreneur or you're going for it, you have to, or even being a pro athlete, you have to be, you're talking about 1%.
Yeah.
You have to stand above, and it's just, you're not going to win every game. You're not going to make every touchdown. You're not going to catch every ball. You're not going to make every team even.
Yeah.
But eventually, the right opportunity presents itself because a lot of it is believing that you can achieve it to begin with. What do you say, Jacob?
I absolutely agree. Failure is one of those things where because I used to be one of those people that, if I didn't get perfect, I was a failure, If it was not perfect, everything went to crap. Like, it was just, Until finally one day I realized, like, nobody's perfect. Even if I got this in my eyes perfect, in somebody else's eyes, it's not going to be perfect. So I stopped shooting for perfect and started shooting for my personal best. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to constantly, every day, that's my goal now in life, is just be my personal best from yesterday.
That part.
You know what I'm saying? So that way, I'm no longer a failure. I'm just somebody, you know what I mean? Exactly. Like, I either beat my personal best or I didn't beat myself today. And it's okay if I didn't beat myself, because, you know what I mean? When I'm the only one in competition with myself, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing to worry about.
I think a lot of people waste their years trying to measure their success or who they are as a person based on other people's achievements or milestones. And the reality of it is your timing may not be till later in life. If you look at a lot of millionaires, a lot of them didn't even become millionaires till in their 50s. So if you're saying like, oh, I'm not a millionaire at 35, I hate myself. Get real with it. You know what I mean? It's just, you got to understand that you cannot judge your trajectory based on someone else's life.
Absolutely. Like when I first started DJing, my mentor, I constantly, because I'm on the same level as her. I do everything the same way. And I was like, why am I not as successful as she is? And and so I was constantly beating myself up all the time. Like, I should be here doing the same exact thing. We have the same styles. We play the same, you know what I mean? Like, to the point to where we even have the same playlist at times, because, we think so much alike. And I was like, so why am I not getting it? And then finally I was like, because it's not my time. Or maybe that's not my route.
That's right.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, maybe her route's different than my route. So just because my success is different than her success doesn't mean I'm not successful. Because I'm still successful. I'm a very successful DJ. I may not be the Texans DJ like she is, but I have done some pretty big names. You know what I'm saying? So it's like...
Don't undercut yourself.
Exactly. But that's my point. Like, I've done so much big stuff. So my success is different than her success.
And it's just like, even as a comedian, it's hard sometimes for me to... My plan was never to blow up through comedy clubs. It was do television, build an audience, and book arenas, and had a bigger goal in mind.
Right.
But I admit, sometimes it's hard when you see your people that you grew up with doing all these shows and doing all that stuff, and you're like, okay, Amber, remember, that's not your marketing plan. You can get so distracted by looking at what other people are doing that you made a plan for yourself, and then you get sidetracked because you're trying to compare instead of just focusing on your own stuff. What's the next one, DJ?
Oh, so today we're talking about 9 negative thinking patterns. That first one that's that all or nothing thinking. So I'm either perfect or I'm not. Then the second one is you're overgeneralizing. And that right there, them overthinkers, you know what I'm saying? So if one thing, generally it's you're that type of person that if one thing just happens to go wrong, you spilt your milk that morning, you know what I'm saying? Then the whole, or your Dr. Pepper, okay? Then your whole rest of your day is just bad because you start law of attraction. You start thinking that, you know what, I spilled my Dr. Pepper, everything else is going to happen. Oh, everything's gone wrong today. I'm guilty of this. I know I am. This is something that I've been trying to change about myself for years. So it is not an easy habit to break. But it is something that once you realize it, you can start slowly breaking it down by sitting here. Every time you start getting those negative thoughts, cancel. You got to cancel those thoughts out.
That's right.
We're not saying that you're not going to have them. We're saying that you have to train yourself that when you do have them, not to keep pondering on them. You have to literally cancel it out. No, I not today, Satan. I'm not taking it. That is not going to be my day. At another earlier show we did earlier, I believe in the month, we were talking about how you have to break down your days into quarters. So that way, if you have a bad morning, you wake up and it happened to be a bad morning. Your first quarter was bad, but you know what? Your second quarter is going to go good.
Yeah, exactly.
Or if your second quarter goes bad too, hey, you know what? Okay, well, third quarter's here. So you know what? Now, third quarter of the day is here. Third quarter is going to be the great quarter of the day. So that way, it's small little failures throughout the day instead of like, I spilled my Dr. Pepper in the morning and now my whole day is a big failure, Hashtag I bleed DP.
Every chance we get.
Oh.
All right, guys, we're going to jump to the next one. I don't know how we're doing on time, but the next one is mental filtering. Can be a negative thinking pattern that can keep you trapped. This is basically when you ignore the positive and you dwell on the negative. I mean, because, as my grandma said, count your blessings, name them one by one. And that's every day. I woke up today and I thank God I could see. I mean, I really get to that level of gratitude.
That's right.
Thank you. I can see. Thank God I woke up. Thank God I walked in here today. Because you look at people have life-changing, they're in accidents or they get a diagnosis that day or whatever, and then all of a sudden your life is never the same. So you got to be grateful and understand that is the part of what you're going to manifest. If you literally just only focus on the negative, that's what you're going to get more of, and you can't be surprised. What do you think, Ryan?
No, I concur 1,000%, because I mean, just like you can think positive thoughts all day, you can think negative thoughts all day, and I personally cannot relate to that, but I know people that do that. Okay, and it's a simple understanding of, hey, just turn the channel. Okay, you don't have to do a whole 360 degree. Just turn one channel. All right, and get off of that. Wah.
Yeah.
Because that's why nobody wants to hang out with you. That's why I'm not going to get into it like that. All right. See, I had to catch myself. I'm going down the negativity. Yeah, I'm going down the negativity road. But please understand that you get what you think, okay? And if you continue to think negative thoughts, that's what you're going to get. And can't really say it more ways than that. All right, but I totally agree.
You ever had that friend that just jumps to conclusions, Ryan? What do you think about that?
That's exactly what I was going into. People that rush to assumption, even though they don't have supported facts. People that just jump to conclusions.
Ooh.
Now, once again, we're talking about 9 negative thinking patterns today. All right, but you cannot jump to conclusions on anything until you have your facts. Everybody's facts are different. Now, that's why I studied math initially in college, because 1 + 1 is 2 across the world.
Somebody argued.
Okay, across the world, but the language is different. Okay, but 1 + 1 is 2 across the world. Okay, and I'm a universal person, so that's how I feel. All right, so you cannot jump to assumption. Well, assumptions basically, people have scientific thought process on that, but what it comes down to is you have to sit back and think your true life, all right, and your facts versus someone else's, okay? And that's what it basically comes down to, what your thought process is. You may think that somebody else is thinking that or somebody else is thinking that, but until you actually talk to somebody directly, ask them ABC, 1, 2, 3, can't jump to something.
What they saying? Assuming.
Oh, you know exactly.
What they say about assuming?
It says out of you and you.
I flew
Because it ain't me.
I flew past that state.
Right, exactly. And something that I kind of really want to add to that too is you got to think about how many times have relationships ended because somebody jumped to a conclusion.
All the time.
Come on, your spouse is 5 minutes late from work because there was a wreck on 59, which we know happens every 20 seconds. You know what I'm saying? And so you're all of a sudden, oh, well, he got to be cheating on me, da-da-da-da-da. Exactly, because you jump into a conclusion for nothing. So then, bam, you done blew up that relationship. That bridge done burned.
But see, that brings me to another side subject is, like, I always get that question, can a relationship survive after cheating? But this is what usually happens. Even if the person, man or woman, cheats, the other person is nailed to the cross and pays for it the rest of their life, to a point that people will be tracking them, like, you left your job at 6:14 p.m. and you got home at 6:23.
Google Maps says it takes 4 minutes. Exactly.
Exactly.
I got you tracked. Where you at?
I'm sorry.
You're 35 seconds late. Who you kissing on the side? It kind of reminds me of that movie, White Chicks. You remember White Chicks at the beginning? And she's like, come on, Jamal, you're 2 minutes late. Where are you at? Who she with? Oh, yes, because I got 2 minutes is enough time for me to cheat on you, right?
2 minutes.
2
Well,
minutes.
some guys, it is. It's extra time for some of you guys.
I was like, they need 10
in
seconds
New York.
to get.
Okay. But no, we're kidding. But I'm not really kidding. But what's the next one, DJ?
So today on the 9 negative thinking patterns, we are talking about
Catastrophize.
Catastrophize.
Wow.
Yeah.
Big fancy words.
Exactly. So for those of you who need a little breakdown, it says you may magnify things way out of proportion. So in other words, hey, you took it out of my. Excuse me. Can we please bleep that out? Thank you. Because it's supposed to be AKA known as you drama queens. Thank you very much. Gosh, she took the fun out of it. I had it all. But my face was going to do certain thing and everything. She just took the. Now I'm just going.
Is it a catastrophe that I did that?
Yes, it is. It is. Okay, my world is over now.
See, and we give you practical examples on top of it.
Exactly, because you know what? Now I'm gonna blow the roof off of this place. Okay, she stole my moment. That was my moment. Don't be like me. Don't be dramatic, okay? I like to be dramatic when I'm on camera because it's fun.
Yeah.
But don't be dramatic in a relationship. It is the worst thing ever.
Or at work.
Yes, or at work, because goodness gracious, to have to deal with a drama queen at work and then to have to go home and deal with the drama queens that you got to deal with at the grocery store, on the Houston roadways. Yes.
All right, guys, let's jump to the next one. We've got 5 minutes left before we take a break. But the next one is 9 negative thinking patterns is that you identify with emotions. Kind of like what Ryan was saying. What are the facts? I mean, you got to make a logical argument here because you can really get caught up and believe that the way you feel is the way you are. It's just like I tell people, that's your profession. That's what you do.
Right.
Your emotions are separate. That is not who you are. That's not what you're about. That's just a temporary thing that you're going through. And it goes back to believing in it's all going to fall apart, or, it's all, It just goes back to identifying with your emotions. Get less out of your emotions. And for women, I highly recommend when you're talking to a man, especially in the workplace, avoid the following statement. Do not ever start a statement with, I feel. Don't. I'm telling you, because men expect you to be emotional. They expect you. This is why women have struggled so long to get into positions that men hold, because they think we're going to cry if something falls apart. Okay? And so you've got to it's a double standard.
Listen, men cry too. We just don't usually do it in public.
Yeah,
okay?
they just go in their bathroom.
Yeah, exactly. We go to our bathroom or we cry in a pillow.
They just go lose a game of golf and pretend like it was the game they were setting. All right, what's the next one, Ryan?
Jumping down to the emotion parts, like you were saying, you should not start a statement with feel, right? Mm-hmm. All right. How about using should statements? Okay, these are words to set up for painful self-blame. Mm-hmm. Okay, I should do this. You should do this.
I used to be notorious about telling people that because I'm a date coach.
Mm-hmm.
Now I've kind of gotten away from you should, because at the end of the day, it's your truth.
That's right.
I can advise you to do this, but what you should do is up to you.
Right, all the time. What you should do is up to you, and don't let people use that word to flip it around on you, okay?
Well, unless we're in traffic, then we flip them off. And we tell them where they should go. But that's...
Beep, beep. Okay.
I'm talking to you.
I know who you're speaking to. Okay.
But that's the should statements, okay? Don't get caught up in what people should be doing or what you should be doing, okay? What you should be doing is remaining as positive as possible and minding your business, okay? Your business versus everybody else's business. Those are the only should statements that I have.
Amen. What's the next one?
The next one, on 9 negative thinking patterns, labeling yourself and others. You fail to acknowledge complexity and nuance.
I know you hate that. I mean, I know that labels. I mean, just in general, it's about stigma. We talked about that today at that meeting.
We did.
Get away from labels and prejudging, and people look at a book and think, they say.
Right. To me, labels are just, society already puts us in enough boxes as it is. Why do we need other labels? That's why, it's hard to say this around Amber because, I know her biggest goal in life is to cure the divorce rate, and she's all about marriage and still believes that, people want to get married. And I'm not saying I don't believe in marriage. I do believe in marriage, but I don't believe in the piece of paper telling me that I'm married. My thing is more of a spiritual bond. You know what I mean?
Sounds like a player to me.
No. I just don't believe it.
Player.
It's because I'm very anti-government, and I feel like that's just another stamp from the government saying, okay, we'll approve this. But that's also because as a gay man, I've had my rights to marry taken away from me so many different times that I'm sitting here like, so I could be married to you today, but tomorrow the government can overturn that and say our marriage is null and void. So why do I need a piece of paper to tell me that I'm going to spend the rest of my life with somebody when my soul tells me I'm going to spend the rest of my life with somebody?
It's honestly nothing but a spiritual argument for me. I mean, that's what it really boils down to.
Right.
Everything goes down to your belief system. So that's your truth and that's right.
Exactly. And that's why that's right. But that's one of the reasons why I hate labels, because you know what I'm saying? Like, because labels just pretty much sit here and say that somebody else's belief is not correct compared to their belief. And that's why I hate labels, and I believe we should take the labels off of things and knock down walls.
Your generation is really doing a good job at that, because it's very confusing. I have to admit, as Generation X, it's confusing to me how people identify now, because they don't identify as nothing. So I'm like, I'm going to call you a symbol or what? Because, I mean, this is we have to get our millennial friends to tell us how to be politically correct with all this today, guys. All right, guys, and the last one before we take our break is 9 negative thinking patterns is you are personalizing. You erroneously see yourself as the cause of some external event. How many times have you come across that where people will take it upon them for something they didn't even have nothing to do with them? Or it's like when people reject you in dating, you're thinking, oh, they don't want me. It has nothing to do with you. They're actually not hurting you if they're being honest and saying, I don't see a future. I don't want to be with you. I have more respect for people that are straight up and telling you, I don't want a relationship. I don't see this going anywhere. But yet you somehow personalize it like, oh, they don't want me. And honey, no matter how good of a woman or man you are, that's not going to make them want you if they don't want you. It might not even be about you. It might not be, they're not ready.
Right.
Quit personalizing things that have nothing to do with you. This, I swear to you, this is number one for me. The faster you stop internalizing, that's the word, the faster you'll heal.
And that's right. But sometimes if somebody tell you they don't want you, it's because they
don't want you. Okay, stalker, are we talking to you now? Are we switching gears? Okay, it's illegal to stalk in the state of Texas. Okay.
Is it though?
I don't know.
Because I was like, you be outside my bushes all the time. So there is a law against that.
I must be a levitating genie then, because you're on the second floor, fool. So.
Hey, what you do in your own spare time is what you do in your own spare time. I don't want to know.
We got to take a break, guys. When we come back, we're going to talk about 5 essential qualities of a lasting relationship. We'll be right back.
Events and Adventures knows how to make the most of being single. Get social, in person, try new things, and just have fun. Join Events and Adventures. We've been doing the single life right for over 30 years. 30 great events every month. Just visit eventsandadventures.com.
Maridate is for committed couples that are either engaged or married and would like to keep the dating in their marriage, fight for the family, and lower the divorce rate one couple at a time. We plan 30 to 50 events a month that include workshops, seminars, webinars, experts, and events all around town. This is for couples that want to develop friendships with other like-minded couples that take their marriage and vows seriously. We will also be offering premarital help so that you will not be a statistic. Would you and your partner like to take international vacations together with other couples and at group rates? When you are home, you will learn your city as you go to each new event. Your membership includes all of our locations. We take the guesswork out of creating, having, and keeping a strong marriage. Contact us today.
Hey singles, do you feel it? The feeling like it's time to start having fun again? If you do, then you're ready to celebrate with Events and Adventures. There's never been a better time to join than right now. Meet new people with a packed calendar of fun events, exciting adventures, and future memories. It's time to live life to the fullest, to high five, skydive, and feel alive again. That feeling is here at Events and Adventures. If you're single and ready to celebrate, visit eventsandadventures.com to get started. That's eventsandadventures.com. Are you single? Maybe you're divorced or new in town. It's time to meet your match with Events and Adventures. Whether you're low-key or adventurous, come hang out with tons of like-minded people at exciting group activities. The best part? Everyone is single. From happy hours and trivia nights to outdoor adventures and weekend getaways, Events and Adventures has something for everyone. We're all here for the same reason. So come be part of a community made for singles. Your match is waiting for you to make your move. Visit eventsandadventures.com to get started. That's eventsandadventures.com.
Hey guys, it's your girl matchmaker comedian Amber Neal, and today I am bringing you my brand new book, hot off the press, guys. I have so many copies of these. Please get one, okay? It is called How My Kitty Betrayed Me, and it's about the women's lib movement and how one thing they don't tell you is, yes, we want money, education, and rights like men, but one thing that the women's rights movement doesn't explain to you is how we're still women. We still attach. We release a chemical in our brain that attaches us to every single person we have sex with. It's called soul ties. And one thing I can tell you that will keep you from your God-given purpose, let your kitty betray you when you get distracted, okay? All I'm trying to say is, you know, we want all the same rights as men, but at the end of the day, picking your partner is the most important decision you'll ever make. And so I challenge you to get a copy of my book today so that you can learn from my mistakes that I made, thinking that, hey, if men can do it, so can we. But trust and believe, after being a single parent for 25 years, your kitty betrayed you, okay? Get your copy today, amberneal.com. Or more information, go to Amber Neal Show on Facebook. Get your copy. I'll be glad to autograph it and send it out to you today. Hey guys, welcome back into the Amber Neal Show. It's your girl, matchmaker, comedian Amber Neal, with my co-hosts, DJ Houston and Ryan Yarbrough.
Hey.
Hey. Man, we had a really good first part of the show because it is, you know, Ryan, you've written a whole book about Believe So You Can Achieve, and we talked about 9 negative thinking patterns that can really just... Man, it's amazing how much it really is all in the mind.
Truly is, you know. They when they truly say that you have to set your mind to it in order to do it, it's absolutely true. Because you can have skill, you can have talent, you can even have resources. Exactly. Yeah. But if you don't have the right mindset, you will go absolutely nowhere.
There's nothing. Because, and the funny thing about that, with my book, Believe So You Can Achieve, it's the opposite concepts of the negative. And it's like when I read that, I know it's a yin and it's a yang. It's an opposite effect to everything. And as I was reading over some of those, just had me kind of laughing, you know what I mean? Because especially we all go through different times in our life, right? But when it comes to the understanding part, you get the negative. You're supposed to get that negativity out of you, you know, as a child, because you don't know any better, all right? But
when you've grown up in survival, instead of, you know, a lot of kids were getting years ahead of you because you were just trying to survive. That's right. And I know what that's like. I mean, I'm a late bloomer myself. I mean, because when you go through that, it sometimes it's hard to believe, because there was a time in life where I was like, God must hate me. Did you forget about me? Did you abandon me?
Absolutely.
But not even realizing it's my own thoughts that were keeping me stuck. So today we're going to talk about some essential qualities for a long-lasting relationship. And speaking of relationships, December 12th, Total Package Awards is going to be the biggest high publicity event of the year. We are honoring Houston's top 20 power couples, top 10 bachelors and bachelorettes, and top 20 business leaders. And we're raising money, guys. We are raising money for the Ryan Yarbrough Foundation, Kadori Helping Hands, and the Santi Foundation. If you want to get plugged in, go to Eventbrite, go to Eventbrite and search the Total Package Awards Black Tie Gala, and it tells you all the ways you can get involved today. So y'all go ahead and check that out.
Absolutely, you know. Or if you guys just want to make some donations. I know some people just are so antisocial. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't want to buy a ticket and you want to still go and give some money to those great foundations or these great causes, we're taking donations too. You know, so don't be afraid. Like just go to the Black Tie Gala on Eventbrite and Total Package Awards. Check it out, and you can find a way to donate. I'm pretty sure there's a button on there that says donate.
And if there's not, just hit me up. I'll tell you how to do all that.
Absolutely.
All right, let's jump in, guys. 5 essential qualities for a long-lasting relationship. What's number 1, DJ?
Well, personally, My number one is you, Bill.
Thank you.
But actually, so number one is mutual trust. And if anyone knows me at all, or a Libra period, you're going to know that our biggest thing is trust. My biggest thing is I trust everybody off the bat until you show me a reason not to trust you.
Unless it's his money.
So exactly. When it comes to money, I trust nobody because money is the center of greed. That's why.
I've been trying not to get offended when he says that, but it's okay.
But I mean, you know what I'm saying though, because you know what I mean.
You know my passwords to my bank accounts more than I do. That's what's funny. Like it'll be like transfer.
But, right. But you also know that I'm the most responsible person with money too.
I mean,
know?
It's hard for me to trust, but you're the first person I've trusted. You have my social media passwords, my account password. I mean, literally, you have all my passwords, and there's been no man I've ever been with alive that knows my passwords like you. So I'm gonna need you to trust me, okay?
So, when it comes down to that mutual trust, these are some of the questions that we got to ask ourselves. Is your partner reliable?
Yes, I am.
Facts. Do they keep their promises?
Yes, I do.
Yes, they do. Can you count on your partner in your time of need?
Even to get you out of jail.
Hallelujah. Excuse me, I didn't make my phone call. Call Amber Neal, okay? No, it's the Amber Neal. You better figure it out. Google her, okay?
Seriously, though.
But these are all great. These are qualities that, we are wanting to look for when we're trying to date somebody or when we're trying to find our person.
Yes.
When we are trying to find the one person we want to spend the rest of our lives with, however you identify. Can you count on your partner? That's the biggest one. That is the last person I dated. That is why it ended, because I couldn't count on them when it really counted. And then they're going to tell me where the manipulation of, well, you need to look at this area. I was over here. I'm like, no, but I need you over here. Well, I was over here. No. Right, exactly. I don't want you in the shadows. Okay, I'm not looking for a stalker over here. Okay, I need somebody in front of me. Thank you very much.
You gotta be able to count on people. That's big.
I completely
That's
agree.
Probably my big. What about you, Ryan? Is that big for you? Can I count on you?
Just reading some of these, like, do they keep their promises? One thing that I tell people, I don't promise and I don't swear. Okay.
I've heard you say that many times.
Exactly, because that's true. Either I'm going to say I'm going to do something because I don't say something that I'm not going to do, and I don't do things that I'm not going to say. Mm-hmm. All right? So that's where it comes at with me, because somebody, I swear, oh, I promise. Oh, okay, everything is good. It's supposed to be good. Okay.
The biggest lie in courthouses across America.
Right. And along with that
tell
part.
the truth.
Along with what Ryan's saying right there, it at that point, it just kind of becomes words. It's kind of like how I love you. Right. You know what I'm saying? You say it so much. Oh, of course she's going to go for that one. It's as much as you say it, you know what I mean? You dilute it. So it's like, oh, okay, yeah. You say, or I'm sorry. I feel like those are the three things right there. Those are like the three words. I promise or I swear. We can count that as one. I love you and I'm sorry are like the three most overused, unmeaningful words.
Right.
Empty words.
Empty words. There we go.
And that's tying right into the next subject, which is respectful communication. Okay. And once again, we're going over the 5 qualities of a lasting relationship. Okay. Respectful communication. Do your interactions include repeated criticism? Okay. Sarcasm or personal attacks. All right. And like you said, respectful communication. We can laugh at each other, okay, and laugh with each other, all right? But when it comes to you ain't this, or you never do that, or you're not good enough, it's like, come on, time out. Are we together or are we apart? Because just because you're with somebody doesn't mean that you're supposed to accept their insecurities and their put downs, okay? Because that right there can, split a relationship apart just like that.
And I'm going to tell y'all, I can speak as a matchmaker, and I can tell you ladies specifically, because this is something that, every now, men typically, if they're going to get mad, it's going to be toward a more aggressive, unfortunately. Most men are not going to sit here and, yeah. They're not going to sit here and go back and forth with you like this. It might get aggressive, you know what I'm saying? A man's either going to go from 0 to leave, or 0 to stay away, or 0 no communication, or they're going to get violent a lot of times. But what they're not going to do is sit here and go, hey, you're a B, and no, you're a B, and no, you're a piece of, no, you are. Most men are not going to do that. But I'm going to tell you, ladies, the one thing that's going to 100% guarantee cause you to lose your man, cause him to go to someone else, is the way you talk to him. And I learned that in my marriage. Listen, honey, I was getting advice from somebody who's divorced 3 times, so I was taking that advice. And when she would say, I wouldn't put up with that if I was you, she meant it. That's why she was divorced 3 times. And it's all love now. We've all healed from all that stuff. But the point is be careful who you get that advice from, because my downfall in my marriage, I talk about in my book. Y'all can get a copy of that at amberneal.com. I talk about how years later, even though my husband cheated on me, he got the mistress pregnant, he did the most. But guess what I did in all that? He was my bitch. And I mean it. And I say that humbly. But I made more money. I was the breadwinner. He made money, but I didn't have that respect, like, because the way my dad was always that dominant person. But I didn't realize his contributions. Without his contributions, I wouldn't be who I am today, because him not being ambitious made it to where I could be ambitious. So even those contrast differences can be appreciated in the right context, but what won't work is if you think you can talk to a king like a joker and he's not going to entertain other people. Because, honey, what you don't do and what you don't appreciate, I promise you, there's a woman right now, all she wants him to do is play video games, okay? So you better check yourself, honey.
It's true.
And I had to channel my inner Kevin for a moment there. Okay, go ahead.
No, so one of the other things, I just want to kind of, circle it back real quick to what Ryan was saying about the respectful communications, So what he was saying, is do their interactions include, the sarcasm, the personal attacks? Another way to word that for, layman's terms, we'll say, some people just don't have that tolerance to listen to these big words that we be spewing, is, when you fight, do you fight fair? Or is it below the belt? You know what I'm saying? Because every relationship, you have fights. You have up and downs, because you're going to disagree. But it's how you handle that. It's that respectful communication. Are you going to be respectful to me while we fight this and hash this out? Or are you going to keep going right below the belt and going for those punches that you can low blow?
I call that attacking the person, not the problem. And now you're going from, now we're arguing about money or whatever it is. Now we're arguing about what you just said. What'd you say? What'd you call me? Call the police. I'm about to go to jail. All right, guys. Today we're talking about 5 essential qualities for a long, lasting relationship. This next one I wanted to cover because it has a lot of a matchmaking element to it. We're talking about the affection and the intimacy. Physical. So we're going to break it down in a few different categories. Physical. Does your partner make eye contact, give you hugs and kisses? More than anything, do they know your love language? Because some people don't want hugs and kisses. Some people want you to take out the trash. Some people want you to buy some flowers. So know your love languages. Go to 5lovelanguages.com. Not only take your love language test, find out your anger and your apology language, because that will really help you in also making up respectfully. Also, you want to cover the emotional part of intimacy. Can you express yourself? Do you validate each other or do you invalidate each other? Because it's like when you tell somebody, this is how I feel, and they're like, no, you're wrong for that. Right. No, you imagine that. That ain't how you feel. That ain't real. And I'm like, you're invalidating what I'm saying. And I think we all want to feel understood, but more than anything, we want to be validated that not only do you understand, but you sympathize why.
I
understand. I feel that way.
I think that part right there, the not being validized, getting that connection right there with those people, with people, is what make people crazy. That's where you get crazy girlfriends, crazy ex-boyfriends. You know what I'm saying? Because I have to feel like you make me feel like I'm going crazy, but that's you're telling me that my points are valid or that I have an opinion. So you're causing the crazy. You know what I'm saying? Women aren't just crazy.
And that's ironic that you saying that you causing it, all right, or somebody else is causing it, because once again, people play that victim role, all right, and it comes down to, I'm not making you do nothing.
Okay, I mean, yeah, you
understand what I'm saying?
You got a
and
point.
I'm not talking about you, in particular. I've heard that before.
Right,
Let's put it
right,
that
right.
particular way. I've heard that before. I'm like,
it's as Amber likes to say,
But once again, like you say, on the flip side from the guy, it's like, hey, if you're not getting the validation, you can, once again, go this way or that way. But it comes down to our own insecurity.
Right,
right.
right. Because it's like Amber says, people do what you let them, and people will do what you exactly. You know what I'm saying? They do what they want, and they do what you allow them to do. So if you allow them to make you go crazy like that, then okay, I can see. I see your point, but at the same time, not validating people is what pushes them to that edge.
Because
you know what I'm saying?
We all want respect.
Exactly.
Okay, when it's all said, and we all want acknowledgement. We all want human nature is to be loved. Okay. And part of that is validation.
Right.
And you know what's interesting, though, in today's dating world, one of the things we talked about on the previous show was validation may look different. Some people now, if you're Facebook official or Instagram official or whatever, like some people want to be validated through social media.
Yeah.
And other people are like, I'm not putting my relationship on any public forum to be attacked. I think the longer you can keep it private, the better. Because as soon as, miserable people love to attack good things. So I understand that you're trying to find out very quickly if they're married or they're a player, because if they can go public with you, then obviously they're not hiding anything. But honey, let me tell you something. There's a secret in the player world. I ain't gonna give y'all too much game, but there's a secret. You get your number 2 to love your number 1 as much as you do. So trust me, just because he's going public with you, there's plenty of thirsty, desperate losers that will be the side chick, and they won't give a damn if he's married. Am I lying or am I lying?
No, you ain't lying.
Validating it through social media. All I'm saying is you can get it validated through social media. That ain't gonna stop him from being a hoe.
Matter of fact.
That's all I'm saying.
Matter of fact, as
wrong?
soon as you sit here and put that you're in a relationship, your DMs are gonna start blowing up with all them tricks coming out of the world.
And then you set yourself up for failure on that too, because what if nothing really is going on, but it's just some bitter somebody that he turned down?
Right.
Come on, y'all. You're setting yourself up for failure when you put other people in your business. This is my rule. You ain't going on my gram unless there's a ring on my finger. Period. And even then, I might still deny you. Okay. It's for the protection of our relationship. But see, that's the thing. People think that's a game. Right. Yeah. I mean, it can be. That's the crazy part about it. That's the bad part about being a reformed player is you always think like one. So even when you're trying to live a clean life and do right, once you think like a player, you always will. And so you judge others how you see yourself. So if you was a player and you would have done that back in your player game, they must be playing you. But no, you're just a victim of your own game. Period. All right. What's the next? So apologize when you need to. Y'all, again, 5lovelanguages.com. Check out their apology language, because what you need to hear sometimes is not what they're doing, or they don't apologize the right way. Because they'll come to you, I'm sorry. And you're like, nope. Because that ain't what you want.
Exactly.
I want you to articulate why you're a dummy. I want you to show me how you're going to make the changes. I want to see the proof. You know what I'm saying?
You want a dummy to articulate.
Yes.
Ooh.
Exactly.
That's a conundrum.
Yeah, because I'm the dummy that got with her.
Hey, I bet y'all didn't even know all of us
It's
knew
two
these
dummies.
bitty
1
words.
+ 1 is 2, right? Now we got 2 dummies.
3.
I don't even know what the answer is. But apologize when you're wrong, people. The ego is the death of all relationships. Another thing we're talking about, intimacy, is intellectually. Are your discussions stimulating? God, I'm sorry, I can't do bored.
Yeah, neither can I.
Can't do boring.
That's something that is such a huge turn off. You know what I'm saying?
I'm a sapiosexual. Like, you have to get my mind before you can think about
exactly,
touching my body.
exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Unless you just that fine, and then it's all about the body.
but that's, hey guys, y'all. Yeah, that's the thing too. I just filmed a segment for Fox, and we were talking about how did Pete Davidson pull Kim Kardashian, and I'm like, because the number one thing women want is laughter.
Right.
You know, it's all about the way. At the end of the day, girl or boy, straight or gay, doesn't matter. Age, it don't matter. What it really is
Kim Kardashian got another dude?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all about the way they make you feel.
You'll have to watch
at the
Fox
end of
tomorrow to find out some more.
Yes, catch me on Fox.
Yeah, I'm going to do that watch.
Well, you'll be watching tomorrow 10:30 because that is Isaiah Carrigan. Yeah, shout out to Isaiah.
Yeah.
And lastly, guys, when we're talking about affection and intimacy, is shared activities. Do you enjoy doing the same things together? And at the end of the day, that is why Events and Adventures averages 50 marriages a year, because common interest. They say opposites attract. You're only compatible with 3% to begin with, okay? which is still a great probability of you meeting someone. What did we calculate? 2,000 people for every person in Houston, just in Houston.
Right.
2,000 potential matches based on 3%. But the shared activities, opposites attract, but the studies show they don't usually stay together the way people with common interests do, because eventually you're doing what they like to do, trying to be the supportive person, and if they're selfish and they never come over to what you're trying to do, then guess what? Your schedules are doing like this, and before you know it, your marriage is drifted apart.
Right, and there they are trying to blame it on the kids. That's why they stay together, all that stuff. You know how that long, drawn-out row goes. So that goes and brings us on to number 4 out of the 5 essential qualities that you need for a lasting relationship. Mutual assistance. That's a huge one, especially when you're trying to blend 2 families together. Mutual assistance. Does your partner make you feel stronger and safe and like you're never totally alone anymore? Because even with a partner, sometimes you're still going to feel alone because, everybody thinks differently. But do they make it feel like you're less alone?
Supported.
You know what I mean? That even if they don't understand you, that they're still going to be there in your corner.
Yeah.
That they're going to still have your back no matter what goes down.
That's a deal breaker for me. I don't know about you guys, but that is number one, probably before cheating or money or anything. If I don't feel supported by you, or I feel like I'm sleeping with a hater. It's like you don't want to clap for me when I win, or you think I'm trying to compete with you, or you used to be this and now I'm that, and it's like you think it's just this competition, but I don't feel supported. Or it could be something stupid like it takes you a year to come see my office.
Oh, shots fired. So, Ryan, what is our last one, sir?
5 for 5. Okay, out of the 5 essential qualities of a lasting relationship is irreplaceability. Told you I know how to read it just a little bit. Irreplaceability.
That's why we gave you that one. We don't know how to pronounce it.
Okay. Would there be a significant void in your life without the companionship and support of your partner and vice versa? What I have to say to that is, if you're not into yourself enough to fill a void of another person, then you shouldn't be in a relationship. 1. 2, you never know what goes on, because I know people that significant others have passed along, okay? So it's not like they left for another person, or the situation got so bad that they just had to leave. But in that particular standpoint, you have to compensate for the void that was left. So going back to my first point, you have to be in love with yourself and be able to take care of yourself, just in case there is a void, regardless of what the situation, how the void transpires. Okay.
Well said. All right, guys. Well, that's going to end our show today. I'm just kidding. We're actually going to come back with some afterthoughts and tell you what we really thought about the show. But thanks out to our friends at Maridate. Thanks to our friends at Events and Adventures, Smiles by Canada. Thank you guys for tuning in and checking out the show. If you want to sit on the sexy single sofa, you want to become a friend of the show, and go get your tickets at Eventbrite, Total Package Awards, Black Tie Gala 12/12. You can also get plugged into that. We're raising money for Ryan's nonprofit as well. And for more information about me and everything I'm doing, y'all check me out at amberneal.com.
Are you single? Maybe you're divorced or new in town. It's time to meet your match with Events and Adventures. Whether you're low-key or adventurous, come hang out with tons of like-minded people at exciting group activities. The best part? Everyone is single. From happy hours and trivia nights to outdoor adventures and weekend getaways, Events and Adventures has something for everyone. We're all here for the same reason. So come be part of a community made for singles. Your match is waiting for you to make your move. Visit eventsandadventures.com to get started. That's eventsandadventures.com. Hey singles, do you feel it? The feeling like it's time to start having fun again? If you do, then you're ready to celebrate with Events and Adventures. There's never been a better time to join than right now. Meet new people with a packed calendar of fun events, exciting adventures, and future memories. It's time to live life to the fullest, to high five, skydive, and feel alive again. That feeling is here at Events and Adventures. If you're single and ready to celebrate, visit eventsandadventures.com to get started. That's eventsandadventures.com.
All right, what's up, everybody? It's Mr. Believe So You Can Achieve, Ryan Yarbrough. And on today's show, one of the topics that we were talking about were 5 things that can help you have a lasting relationship. All right, and one of the last points that we talked about was, is your partner irreplaceable? Okay, will you be able to continue to live your life that you need and want to live if there's a void? All right, and my answer to that is yes. You have to love yourself regardless of if you have a partner or if your partner leaves you one particular way or another, whether it's physically or whether it's spiritually. They're gone away. All right, you have to love yourself in order to be able to stand tall. So once again, always believe so you can achieve. RyanYarbrough.com.
What's up, guys? It's your boy DJ Houston. Today was a great show. I really love the fact that, we're trying to help you change your thought process. You cannot manifest in negative thoughts. So go ahead, take those 9 tips that we gave you to help start training yourself right now, starting this very second, to get those negative thoughts out of your brain. Cancel, cancel, cancel. Anytime a negative thought comes, bye, it's got to go. And on the other side, the second half of the show, when we came back, we were talking about that 5 essential qualities of a lasting relationship. My biggest thing right there that I'm going to tell you, personally speaking, mutual trust. If you do not have trust, you cannot have any kind of relationship. You can't have a friendship, relationship, business relationship. You just cannot deal with a person if you cannot trust them. Make sure y'all guys tune into the show every Friday, Saturday on Boss Up Houston Network, and every Monday at 7 p.m. on A-Star TV. And of course, catch us on our local Comcast channel at all kinds of various times. Check us out on the Amber Neal Show for more information on that. So that way y'all guys can catch all the greatest episodes for all the greatest advice we got for y'all. Catch y'all next time. Peace.
Hey guys, it's your girl matchmaker Amber Neal. And guys, one of my favorite comedians, Robin Williams, said, "The saddest thing in the world is to be with someone and still feel alone." And so today's topic was very personal to me because as I've gone on my self-love journey, I've had to leave some relationships behind. And I don't mean just romantic. I mean friendships, business relationships, all of it. Because not all money is good money. Not all people that you're trying to take to the top with you, I even want you there. So you have to, it can be a really hurtful part. I think that is the hardest part of the self-love and the entrepreneurial journey, is finding out who's really who in your corner. But at the end of the day, I think for me, the thing that stood out the most is, can you count on them for support? What's the point of being in the relationship if they're going to keep you miserable? What's the point of being in a relationship with someone who refuses to heal and refuses to do the work, but they still live in fear? Once you've elevated past that and you've healed yourself, the worst thing you can do is go be around people that are in that low vibration and refuse to heal and want to stay a victim. Once you've healed, you need to be around people that talk your language of self-love and education and helping other people. Because guys, we're not here just for ourselves. We're here to help others. And find your purpose and find your passion. So like Ryan said, if they do leave, there's not a void. But if you're going to have somebody in your life, make sure it's somebody that has your back, has your front. And it is, as they say, it's not about what you say about me when I'm there. What do you say about me when I'm not? All right, guys, we're going to wrap it up for today. We hope you guys enjoyed the lessons. And for more information, as always, go to amberneal.com.
Maridate is for committed couples that are either engaged or married and would like to keep the dating in their marriage, fight for the family, and lower the divorce rate one couple at a time. We plan 30 to 50 events a month that include workshops, seminars, webinars, experts, and events all around town. This is for couples that want to develop friendships with other like-minded couples that take their marriage and vows seriously. We will also be offering premarital help so that you will not be a statistic. Would you and your partner like to take international vacations together with other couples and at group rates? When you are home, you will learn your city as you go to each new event. Your membership includes all of our locations. We take the guesswork out of creating, having, and keeping a strong marriage. Contact us today.